Hey guys, my name is Caitlin. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I make videos surrounding food and sustainability and like zero waste living and just like health and wellness. So today's video is 5 things that you can do if you're self-quarantine or social distancing. And these are things that I'm personally going to be doing and going to be showing you. They're all garden related, so in most of them I would say that you don't need to buy anything. But yeah, if this video interests you, like, subscribe, comment, and let's get on with it. So the first project that you can do while social distancing and self-quarantine is to organize your dang seeds. I know if you're like me, they are just, you have probably way too many, stuff that you can't even plant yet. Maybe you don't even have growing space, but I know you got some seeds. So just organize them. Even if you're not able to get like the storage that you want, maybe you want one of those like little photo things that everybody's doing and doing their seeds in. Maybe what you want you don't have yet, but do with what you have. So for example, all my seeds are in this box, and I currently have them, I organized them in alphabetical order so they're easier to find, and then all my flowers are in the front part right here. This is where my flowers are, and then I have my garden planner, Clyde's garden planner, and then some seed saving packets right there. So is this how I want to store my seeds forever? No. But am I going to go out to the store and get one of those things and not listen to the rules? Also no. So I'm not going to go to the store. So I just organize these by alphabetical order, and then in this bag I have everything that I'm going to start now. So I have some beans that I'm going to do, as well as some radishes I'm going to try to grow real quick before my plants get big. And then I'm also going to start more flowers because I really want to have a really pretty area. So project number 1, organize those seeds. The next tip for if you are social distancing or self-quarantined is to plan out your next season. So, for example, I have not, even though I'm currently in my season, I have not nailed down bed space, especially with my getting a second bed. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and like kind of figure out what I'm growing and where it's going to go. Obviously, if you have not hit your season yet and your frost date is still a little bit farther away, you know, just go in and finalize what you want to do. It will create, you know, a much smoother season starting later. Yeah, so currently I have the 24 square foot bed which was my OG bed, you know. And with the addition of the second bed, that's another 12 square feet. And then Chris gave me the go-ahead to use our front flower bed as a garden space, and that is 19 feet long. And 19, you know, it's just a square foot, 19 feet all the way down. So this season I went from 24 square feet to 55 square feet, which is over double my growing space, especially with my grow bags that my potatoes are in. I have a lot of possibilities here, and I'm really hoping for a really good harvest and season. So what I did is I just made my beds. So I have my front garden, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do okra. So okra, I guess, can be planted 1 plant per square foot. So I'm going to have 19 okra plants, which seems excessive, but I guess the average per human is 6 plants a person. So this is actually perfect for the 3 people, who live in my house. And then in this big bed, I have tomatoes, winter squash, peppers, summer squash, collards, and then my single Brussels sprout plant that I'm going to see how long I can get it to go for. And then in my small bed, I have bush beans, cucumbers, I'm going to do bok choy, and Swiss chard. So some of these things, basically this bed is just 1 plant per square foot. The tomatoes, the squash, the peppers, all of those are 1 plant per square foot. This bed is a little bit different. It can be multiple, so 9 plants for the beans can be planted per square foot. So I have, a lot of beans right there because I have 4 square feet worth of garden space for beans. And then bok choy is 4 per square foot, so I have 2 square foot dedicated to that, and Swiss chard is also 4 per, and I have 2 dedicated for that. Cucumbers, I'm pretty sure, are one plant per square foot, or is it 2? I want to say it's 2. Whatever the right answer is, it's going to be right here. But yeah, so this is my game plan for spring and summer, and then I'll just kind of see what peters out, and then we'll start over for fall and winter. And I'll have a lot more brassicas, obviously, like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, that type of thing. We eat a lot of those 2 things, so I'm going to try those. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and start. I started some of these seeds because I only had this 1 bed, but I'm going to go ahead and start a crap ton more seeds. That way I can fill these beds relatively quickly. And then here's just my bag of seeds to work out of. What? What?
The flowers are growing.
You're right. Good job, Addison. She did her own makeup. I don't know if you could tell. The next thing that you can do is kind of go through, it kind of goes with number 1, but organize all your gardening stuff. So I have a 3-drawer thing that holds all my fertilizers and garden gloves and tools and stuff like that. And so mine's already organized, but just by looking in there, I can see that I'm low on these little markers. And I do reuse these and like cross them out, so they have 2 sides to them. So I'm okay on all that. I'm gonna have to kind of feel my fertilizers and make sure I'm okay on those. But one area that I do need to organize is organize my outside with all my garden pots. I have so many garden pots. I save them all. I'm basically a hoarder when it comes to garden pots. And I just need to organize them and like stack them nicely so it doesn't look so bad out there by my garden, because my garden's going to be beautiful and those pots are going to distract from it. So I got to organize that. And I know that there's probably something you also can organize, seeds. Maybe it's your jars. Maybe you have so many canning jars. Just go ahead and take care of that and organize it. Take stock of what you have and see if there's anything else you need for the next garden season. Maybe there's a few seeds you need. Maybe there's a fertilizer you need. Maybe you ran out of copper fungicide. Just go ahead and make a list, and then when things start to clear up, or if they don't clear up, go ahead and order it and just be ready and prepared. So that is the 3rd garden project that you can do. Okay, so one of the things that you need to do is think about all the garden projects that you need to finish. What are they? So for me, I have a few. I need to build a raised bed, I need to finish my garden trellis, and I need to square off my garden beds for square foot gardening. So these are like 3 things that I've just been like putting off and putting off and putting off, and now that I have this newfound time, I just need to do it. So yeah, if you have any projects that you've just been avoiding, now's the time to do it. the second bed that we built. It is approximately 4 by 3 feet 2 inches. We used this wood right here. These big panels of wood is reclaimed wood that we found. So all we had to buy for this project was the post and the soil. Everything combined for this garden bed project was about $27. So that will be a really nice addition to this garden space. I'm really excited about having 2 beds here. Alright, so the garden trellis is complete. This is not by any means like super sturdy and not for long-term use. But the reason why I did the trellis this way was because this is what I have. I have, you know, a lot of twine, so that it's going to be, even though it's not like a long-term solution for trellising plants, probably might not even be the best one, but it's all I have, so it's what I'm going to use. And I just want to encourage you that even if it might not work, try it. I mean, this may work for a couple seasons and then I'll have to replace it with something else. So that took me about an hour because it's very tedious, but check, done. Okay, so the last garden project that you can do while staying quarantined and social distancing is looking up on how to preserve or use the plants that you are wanting to grow. So, for example, I'm going to grow a lot of new things this year. I'm going to be growing Swiss chard for the first time, as well as bok choy and okra. And I know I'm probably going to be producing a lot more okra than I can eat. So I'm going to look up kind of ways to preserve it, pickle it, freeze it, you know, different recipes that highlight the foods that I'm growing. And I'm just going to go ahead and like pin them or mark them in my cookbooks, and that way when the season comes I can just go back to my pins or go to my cookbooks and whatever and know exactly how I'm going to preserve my harvest if I have enough to preserve. And this is very important because you don't want to be in the middle of uh, let's say you were so productive you were not expecting it and you have just like so much food that you need to save. It's going to be overwhelming to see all that food and then on top of it have to research ways to preserve it. So just cut that stuff out while you're just hanging out at home. Just go ahead and start looking up those ways and like I said, just pin them and put them away. So that is the final garden project. You could also research, if there's a vegetable that you maybe want to grow in the future, kind of look up recipes for that as well. Just educate yourself during this time. You don't have to be sitting at home bored with nothing to do. There are a lot of garden related things that can be done research wise that maybe you don't do because you're too busy doing everything else. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and give you some ideas of things to do while you're just busy, stuck at home. And other than that, just leave in a comment down below. What are you guys doing while you're quarantined or social distancing? I'd love to hear all about that. And then other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.